Let's get to it now.
Okay. So the first thing I like to talk about when I talk about F.A.T.E is really there's two sides of crypto. You have the trading and investing side, and then you have the currency or payment side. And with F.A.T.E, we really want to focus on just the payments and treating crypto like money. So we really focus on how can we make it usable like money, how can we make it feel like money, how can we make it trade like money, and people use it like money. So the first step is making it feel kind of relatable to money, which is like a checkbook, allowing it to understand what dollars and cents are, as well as what BNB is, or Crow, or ETH, or whatever network you're connected to. So this checkbook allows you to just punch in a dollar sign with the amount, or punch in a token amount with the token amount, and it'll do the conversions for you automatically. So you don't have to guess at what anything's worth. You can add memos to your payments, so it's easy for you to identify what you're paying for or what people are paying you for. So again, these are things to kind of just make it feel more like money, because when you use MetaMask, when you use crypto, it literally doesn't feel anything like you're used to if you're not knowledgeable about what crypto is. You get lost really quickly. So the idea is to make this feel like more like money, make it relate to money, so that people can identify how to use it a lot simpler. We keep all of your transactions kind of get stored in one spot, regardless of what chain you use. So now you've got like a collective ledger of all the payments that you're making across networks that you can then give to your accountant or download into a spreadsheet. And again, it's more in line with what you'd see with your bank account versus a crypto exchange. I've got this page up here. You can see this is a live page. So I'll just punch in the dollar amount, and you can see it handles the conversion automatically. Or I can punch in the BNB amount, and it'll handle the conversion automatically. This works for any chains. So we can go to ETH. You can't see the MetaMask pop up, but it is there on the Switch networks. So now I'm on the ETH network. I've got a zero balance, so I have a on-ramp network that shows up, so I can buy ETH if I wanted to. But in any case, I can still do the dollar conversion, and it'll do the ETH translation for me. So then we take that, and then we combine it with basically a kind of a social tree kind of a feature, which basically turns your profile into a social tree where people can not only link to your social media, but they can also make payments to you. You can have just normal links like your contacts, your website, or your email address, or your phone number, or you can have your social links, or you can have what we call quick buy links. You can see here I have Buy Me Coffee, so if I click that, it'll actually trigger a $2 MetaMask transaction. Or I can click Make Payment and open up the full check like we've seen on the transactions page. And again, the amount can be entered in either dollars or in tokens. You can rate each person. So you can rate them, and your rating is actually fluid. This part is actually not quite working. You can rate, it does work, but it should highlight whatever your last rating was. But it's fluid, meaning you can change your rating of a person or a brand at any time. So you may think that I'm 5-star right now, but later on you may come back and you may think that I'm 1-star. So you can switch up your vote, and that will adjust the voting on the brand or the person. You can also add that person to your payment contacts so that you can easily reference them at a later point. Or you can download their V card to your phone and add it to your contacts, and it'll add all the information that the person has visible on their profile will get added to your contacts. So all of their social links, all of their websites and emails and phone numbers, etc. And then we've got Pay It Forward, which is basically our way of trying to kind of encourage people to do good for people. You can randomly pay people, and we give you 3 options. So we give you a random address that you can just fill out the payment for, or you can just select one of 2 people from the bottom. And we're going to use this to really kind of challenge people on social media through these social challenges and contests to do good deeds and fundraise and just kind of generally help each other out. And then we also have a discovery page. I don't have this linked, but I'll type in the URL here. And the slide for this actually isn't as complete as the page itself. So here we can do a search for keywords, we can do a search for interests, we can do a search for usernames. It'll basically pull up, it's an easy way to kind of figure out who's on the network and what's relevant to what you're looking for. So if you're looking for AMAs or lounges, you could show up in here. So other people could discover your lounge through 3Pay. They could also pay you through 3Pay. We've got a booking and scheduling system that we're going to be working on, which is going to allow people to book and schedule either AMAs or DJs or wedding photographers or any one of those professions that requires kind of a booking and scheduling agent. That'll also be attached to this. And then education is a huge part of the crypto space that we all have to talk about. Again, our primary focus with 3Pay is to kind of talk about crypto as currency, as money, and our academy is kind of still focused on that, even though it will touch on other areas a little bit, just so that people can educate themselves. But by and large, we're going to really try to focus on teaching people how to use crypto as money, where they can spend it, how they can get gift cards, for example, or off ramps and on ramps. How can they actually turn their crypto into actual money that they can use to pay their daily bills. And then we've got a referral program, which I'm really excited about, because I feel like there's very few referral programs like it. I'm not sure how much referral programs have been used with smart contracts. I do know that I've found other people using them, or other references to them, so I think they are being used to some degree. But we're really going to lean into this and build a whole suite of smart contracts, including this one, which will allow for a 50-50 split with the referrer. So you'll be able to work your way up through tiers, and you'll be able to work your way up to a 50-50 split. And you only have to get to basically roughly 12,000 accounts before you get to that 50-50 split. And that's if you're starting from tier 1. Depending on what account type you get, you might start off at tier 2 or tier 3 or tier 4. And again, with the thing that really excites me about this is that there's no settlement time. So literally, the moment that the transaction happens, the moment somebody signs up for a premium account, you guys get paid and we get paid. Or I should say the referrer gets paid and we get paid in that exact moment. And that's all handled by a smart contract, so there's no fuss, no muss. And then right now we have 3 different packages for accounts. You can have the free account, which comes with limited options. You can have the premium account, which gives you basically full options, or the business account, which gives you full options with a couple extra bells and whistles because you're a business, and you may want decals for your store window. You maybe want to be featured in the store. You may want to have products in our store, things of that nature. And then these are just a recap and some of the highlighted features that we've talked about. So we've got the crypto checkbook, we've got multi-chain payments, easy currency conversions. You can add in, one thing I didn't mention with the switch actually is that you can add RPCs as well as switch. So if I open up this switch and I don't have Crow RPC added to my MetaMask or Matic, when I click that, it'll add the RPC to MetaMask first and then switch to the network. I already have all these added, so it's not going to do it, but that does work. Again, you can add memos. There's email notifications and receipts. It's a user-friendly ledger. One thing I did not talk about either is the payment links and embeds. So we've got a whole mechanism in line so that you can easily link to your payment page, or you can embed it directly into your website. These embeds aren't quite live yet, but they'll allow you to easily, just with a couple lines of code, turn any website into a DApp. You can add social links, contact information, official links, V-card for your contacts, discover people and brands, buy crypto with the Ramp network, rate 3Pay profiles, verified badges. So you see with my profile, we have a verified badge. Verified is different than premium. That actually means that you have to KYC. So you will have to show your identity. You will have to do a credit card transaction. You will have to do things to verify who you are in order to get that verified badge. And then, of course, the quick payment links, which is this Buy Me Coffee. This is something that gets not talked about that much, which I'm going to start talking about a little more, which is kind of the security side of things. Typically, when you log into a website like Facebook or Twitter or anywhere, you are either using a standard authentication or two-factor authentication. Standard authentication usually involves SSL, which means that you've got that little padlock on your browser, so any information that you transmit is encrypted via the SSL. So when you send your email and password over the line, it's actually encrypted until the server gets it, and then the server will decide what to do with it from there. Two-factor authentication works kind of the same way, only you've got this back and forth that happens with your initial login, then your code, then your confirm code before the session is actually activated. The 3-pay authentication works a little bit differently. So you connect your wallet, and once you verify that you own the wallet by connecting to it, you then typically would type in your email and password, but that doesn't get sent over the internet. We actually encrypt it and create what we call a wrapped passkey locally, and that's what gets transmitted over the internet. So your actual password, either raw or otherwise, is never transmitted over the internet. So it vastly simplifies the login process from both the server side and the user side. As well as I feel it adds a layer of security, because now you're not at all transmitting your actual password over the internet. So some upcoming features that we're working on: Lucky Day, which is a scratch-off ticket system that will allow you to earn tickets for different transactions or interactions that you make within our ecosystem. Then there's the e-commerce store, which is like a full shopping cart kind of experience. We do have a demo of that, where you can go and you can add products to a cart, and you can see that it's adding to a cart. Actually, I should just clear this right now. Let's start again. So you can see it's zeroed out. Plus, plus, plus. So we've got 3 items. So I'll go to checkout. I've got my 3 items. I can add my shipping information, and again, just like before, it does the conversions automatically for me. I'm able to pop in a memo and then just hit pay. We're going to have bookings and schedules as we talked about. Export to ledger, spreadsheets, stablecoin support, achievement badges, countdowns, advertisements, the 3Z smart contracts. I don't have the image off. I don't have the image ready to show you for that. Actually, I posted it to our group. But one of the things I want to mention about that is some of the stuff that we're working on with the 3Z smart contracts these are financial tools, and I think they might be a little bit early. But one of the things you're going to be able to do is deploy your own smart contract to become your own bank. This is a contract that you would own and that would be under your control, 100%. We don't have any fees coming off of this. We don't have any interaction with these contracts whatsoever. It's completely yours, and it gives you the ability to do withdrawals, deposits. You can tax yourself, so you can add tokenomics to yourself, so that all the payments that you either send or receive can get, added to different pension or education funds or retirement funds. You can kind of set up your own kind of tokenomics for your own transactions. So that's going to be really interesting. And then we've got the 3-dash, which is basically your account balances and your token balances, and each token actually has the ability to have a widget attached to it. So you can see ETH doesn't have much other than the ramp network, but if we switch to BNB, we've got networks here.